So we're going to find our way to the floor and completely to the floor, and we'll have a very short conversation between the floor and our body parts. How easy is it to give your weight into the ground? Can you organize your mind in some way that your muscles and your bone are accepting the hardness of the floor? Can you imagine the floor coming up to greet your bones, your muscles? Can you imagine a possibility of the muscles and the bones becoming one shape with the floor? What is it that holds us off the floor? What is it that creates the spaces between the heels and the calf, between the calf and the thigh, between the hip and the lower back, the neck? All those spaces can you visualize them in a way that's more like cloud-wise, accepting-wise? You know, find your own color or words or sensation. And letting the body just lay there for a minute and relax into it. Or even the rest that we do between things is a really important moment for the brain to register a new possibility. And go ahead and bend your knees and put your feet on the ground with the knees facing upwards. And bring your arms vertically up towards the ceiling. And we're going to tilt a little bit to a side. You choose the side that's feeling comfortable and come back. And tilt a little bit to the other side and come back. And compare between the easiness that you have rolling to one side and the other. And notice if your knees and the arms are moving the same distance, move very little. Just where it's safe, where it's completely safe. And let's work on coordinating the knees with the arms, with the eyes, and with the head. So if 12 o'clock is straight up on the ceiling, you're moving maybe 1 hour to the right and coming back, and 1 hour to the left and coming back. And you're staying very, very curious to how everything is moving together. Are your knees and your feet the same distance? And can you find a place, as if you had like a shirt with lines, and the lines you're rolling along the line, so there's no bend in the stripe. And you're moving only to 1 and to 11. You're not going to 2 and you're not going to 10. You're not becoming. You don't want to do more. You just want to do better at shifting from the center to where you're going, coming back to the center, Try to slow down so you actually can feel the center and the coming off the center and coming into the center, finding it, staying it, enjoying it, going to the other side. And if you feel confident, stay only between the 1 and 11, but as you go to 1, tilt your head to 11 and come back. And when you go to 11 with the arms and the leg, tilt your head to 1. So the head is doing the opposite than the arms and the legs. So you have like a screw bottle in the neck. Does that feel safer and easier to the nervous system? If at any time your arms get tired, just let them down, rest for a minute, and come back. And now we're going to tilt the knees to the left, the arms to the right. So the arms are going to 1, the legs are going to 11, and the head is going to 1. So the arms and the leg are going in a position, and the head is going with the arm. How is that rotation in the lumbar feels to the nervous system? So right now we're not talking range of motion, we're not talking about success, we're talking about how to make the nervous system work the best, feel the best. So the arms and the legs are going in opposition and the head is going with the arm. How does it feel to move through the center? The center is as important as reaching to the 11 and 1. Where are you initiating? Is the hip starting to move and then the legs? Or are you starting from the knees and then the hip maybe moves? And come back to the center. And let's try one more possibility. The arms and the leg will go in opposition and the head will go with the legs. So the knees and the head are to 11 when the arms are at 1, and the knees and the head are at 1 when the arm is at 11. And drop the arms, drop the legs, and rest. Let the body just don't do anything. But think to yourself, if you had to choose between all those possibilities, everything goes together, legs and arm goes together, head goes in a position, legs and arm goes in a position and the head goes with the arm, or head and legs go in a position and the head is with the legs. Which one would you choose? Did you have one that felt really awkward? Could you adopt all of them, depending on your need? And let's go and bend down knees again and bring the arms up again and do what we did in the beginning. Let's do the whole thing and see if it makes any more sense to the nervous system now. Is it clearer now? And roll towards the chair, wherever the chair is, roll to that side. And put the upper arm in front of your chest and straighten the upper leg long and see if you can roll yourself to the side and lift your upper body. And roll back. Yeah, but we don't, without the So let's figure out what happens here. It needs to be smooth. I mean, it doesn't need to, but it's nice when we can spread the effort. So we're rolling towards the chair. The upper arm is in front of our chest. The head is rolling down to the floor. You're looking at the mat. When the upper leg is lengthening and you're using your elbow of the lower leg. And then you come back down. And again, you're rolling towards the chair. The upper arm finds its way in front of your chest. Your eyes and head are rolling. That's the twist that we did with the head, right? The head is rolling down to the floor so you can put your weight on the elbow as the leg lengthens and you're coming up. Or not yet, but that's the direction. And then you gently glue yourself back into the floor. You get to center. And of course, I could have made a whole class just on the rolling, but let's try it this way. So we're rolling towards the chair. The upper arm comes over the body and you anchor it somewhere in front of your chest, putting the whole hand. And notice where your fingers are. Where do you feel that you can put weight and it goes vertically into the bones between the elbow and the wrist? As the head rolls down and the eyes look down, you can start putting more weight on the lower arm, but the leg has to lengthen. That needs to lengthen. So let's go to the side for a minute. Susan, can you get up on your side with the elbow? Like that?
I'm having a lot of neck cramping and shoulder cramping. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. So stay where you are and just follow the
I'll watch.
words wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Lengthen the leg and shorten the leg. Lengthen the leg and shorten the leg. When you lengthen the leg, allow the pelvis to come with the leg, and when the leg shortens, allow the pelvis to come up into the body. You lengthen and you come back. You lengthen and you come back. You lengthen with the hip and you come back. Now roll your head to the floor and up. Roll the head to the floor and in the direction that your body is. And roll the head into the floor and back into the direction that we're going. And now roll the head to the floor and lengthen the leg and see if that pulls you into sitting more. And come back. Don't move your hands.
Hmm?
Don't move your hands yet.
Okay. I don't have much of a left side.
Okay. So we're going to roll the eyes to the floor while we're lengthening the leg. And feel how it moves your pelvis into sitting. So this area, the buttocks, as the leg lengthens and the head goes down, you can come up towards sitting and come back. And go ahead and roll down and rest. So it is a very complex movement, but I'd like to kind of get us into sitting. We're going to try and do it to the other side. See how the other side is doing. But before we go to the other side, let's just rehearse it in our mind's eye. The knees will be bent, and we're going to be rolling to the, it will be my right side. And I'm going to be placing my hands somewhere in front of the chest where I can have a vertical line between the wrist and the elbow, which will allow me to put weight on my hand. As I'm turning my head down into the floor and lengthening my leg, I'm lengthening my body, which will take me up towards sitting. So that's the rehearsal. And now let's bring the knees up, feet on the floor. Let's roll to the side that you're rolling into. Place the hand in front of your chest and just turning the head and lengthening the leg and coming back to the ribs, to the side. And lengthening the leg and rolling the head down and coming back down. Pressing the hand and the elbow, rolling the eyes and the head down and lengthening the legs. The leg has to lengthen and bend. This needs to be vertical. Vertical. Hand on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Vertical.
Okay, gotcha.
So you have strength here, and now when you lengthen this leg, you're going into sitting. There you go. So this is vertical, and you're lengthening this leg, and you're turning the head down. You're turning the eyes down to the mat. You're looking down to the floor, right here. Go up, over. There, exactly. Starting to get a little clearer? Mm-hmm. Yes, and use that verticality here and this lengthening. There you go. Good. So the bending of the knee and the lengthening of the leg with the hip is like a lever on a chair that will pull the legs out and lift the chair up so you can sit more upright. You know those big couches that have levers? This is what you're doing with the leg. But the turning of the head and looking down to the floor gives you the rotation. And go ahead and roll to the floor, lengthen your legs, and rest for a minute. Take a minute to rehearse again. The rolling to the side. Where would you place the hand, the upper hand, so you have a line that you can push into the floor and get power? How you're turning the head while you're lengthening the leg. And move the chair a little bit away from you right now because we're going to do it again. We're going to do it from side to side. We're going to roll to the first side. We're going to place the hand. We're going to roll the head. We're going to lengthen the leg and we're going to sit up. Maybe. And then we're going to find the way down, bending the knees and going to the other side, rolling the eyes, placing the hand, lengthening the leg, and coming up. And find a way to go from side to side, maybe halfway up, maybe full way up. But try to find the relationship between the body part. And if you doubt, you're not turning your head.
Oh, okay.
So try to turn the head and compare between the two and see which one works better. The fact that I said that turning the head helps is worthless until you compare and you see the difference. There. Did you feel the difference?
Very much.
When you're taking the head, when the head gets stuck in the center, without the rotation, you're not allowing the first thing that we did in the beginning of the class. That's why we did it. You turn the head, look down to the floor. Look down to the floor. No, right here. To the right. Turn. There. And push on the hand. Vertical on the elbow. And lengthen the leg. All at the same time. There you go. See if bending the knee will help you too.
This knee?
Yeah, the other leg. Kind of bending and lengthening so you can,
Okay.
like you're taking the hip out of the ribs. There.
Yeah, gives me momentum.
Exactly. And the rotation of the head will, if it's not hurting, will give you ease. There. Good. It's starting to look more easy. Right?
Yes.
And if you get up, turn the head, look down to the floor. There you go. And stay sitting. Turn the knees to the other side and go down from the other side. And turn the knees to the other side and go down. And use the leg. There you go. And try the other direction. Do the circle to the other direction. Going down from that side and coming up from the other side. Turn the eyes, lengthen the leg. When to do what? So it's as easy as when we were 3-year-old.
It's easier on my right side.
So now we're going to get to the side and see if you can sit up. So we were here, we rolled, we got up, and we're sitting. Now we want to get up. We're going to take the knee out. We're going to put our hand on the chair, and we're going to roll on our knees, and we're going to come back.
I don't understand the rolling on our knees part.
Okay, so we're sitting like this, right?
Uh-huh.
You're taking the knee down, my left.
Oh, in front of it. Yeah, okay.
I'm in front of the chair.
Okay.
So my knees clearing the front of the leg. I'm putting my hand and I'm rotating and lifting my hip. So I have this arm vertical
Oh, I see.
and
Yeah.
So I can
So it's the
swivel.
lifting the hip that really gets you off the ground.
Yeah, but I have this hand and this hand.
Okay.
And this knee goes down and this leg will rotate and the hip would come up.
Okay.
There are many ways to get up, but
Okay.
just trying to find that rotation, that whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. And as we do it, no, hand is on the floor. The vertical strength.
This in the back?
No, in the front. So
Car jack. Pushes you up like a car.
Oh.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good image. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my left hand is behind my left hip. Okay. My left knee goes in front of the chair. Both knees up. Up. My left knee goes in front of the left leg. My right hand goes on the chair. So now I have this vertical line that we saw earlier, and I'm swinging my hip behind as my right knee comes down. There you go. It's lifting that heavy, and for some of us it's heavier than other, but it is the heaviest part. It's big. Okay? So how can I use that vertical line and the swinging and the turning of the head, and then I can take my leg and I can come up. Let's break it down. So we're sitting, the chair is in line with the knee, more or less. Bring it a little bit more forward. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so my feet are aligned with the front of the chair, right? My hand is diagonally behind my hip. I'm turning with my left leg. And I'm bringing my right hip with me. To get up, I can assist by putting my right hand here, turning my face down to the floor so my hip can come up, and then bring it down. Wait, the hand in the corner, only the hand in the corner. There you go. So let's go again. without the chair. Turn the leg, turn the other leg, and bring the hip with you until the back hand is free. Turn that right hand and put it on the chair. And come back. So, in nature, I'm so impatient. And I like to give the whole truth, the whole Bible in one setting. But the clock is running. And there's a class after. So, we'll do what we can do. So, leg, there's always next week. Leg, and turn, bring the arm over until it meets the chair. And see if you can lift the hip up and bring the hip down. And back. And leg, and eyes to the floor, and hands on the chair, and back we go. Okay?
I think I have my hands mixed up.
It's hard because we're mirror image of what you're
Sorry
saying
about
right
that.
and we're left, so.
Okay.
you have to
So
do it.
my arm that supports me is, I'm swiveling over it, and I'm turning my head and my eyes. Without turning the head and the eyes, it's really difficult. And not really difficult, but more. Less organic.
It's hard when we have to watch you.
That's why I'm talking. You don't have to see me.
Yeah, but you're saying the mirror image of us. You're saying right and it's our left.
I get
Because
that
you're-
confused anyway. If I had never played the piano, I still would be struggling with right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Let's move the chair to the other side. So now you have a leg that's close to the chair, an arm that's close to the chair. Whatever side it is. We're going to bend that leg that's close to the chair and lean on the hand that's close to the chair. And as we bring the hand over, we're going to place it on the chair and we can lift the hip. So now we're not using the right and left, which is a good suggestion. You cannot do it without moving the legs. There. So the leg goes, it's like, it doesn't make sense to move like this with the arm first. You want to come from the base, rolling until the arm is free and the hip can come up. Good. And again, legs that's close to the chair, starting the movement, the hip comes second, the arm released, and you can put it on there. Okay? And again, legs, hip, arm on the chair, and the hip is. Now from here, the leg that's that more front can come into standing and back down. Can come into standing and down. So the arm that's in the front will replace the hand that was giving us support and down. It will replace the hand that gave us support. And from here, you just have to put your hand on that leg, the hand on the chair, and get up. So then again, we're going to put the hand on the chair. We're going to take the back leg to the knee. We're going to take the front leg to the knee. We're going to put the supporting arm on the floor. We're going to put the pelvis on the floor. We're going to roll the legs and we're going to be sitting. Yes? Okay, let's take the chair to the other side. And then maybe next week we can take parts of it and break it down further. But at least we have the the whole picture, some of the whole picture. Okay, so we have the arm that supports us in the side of the hip. We're turning the leg. We're turning the other leg. We're turning the hip. The arm is getting free from the back until it comes to the chair, and we're swinging the pelvis. Once we swing the pelvis, we can take the back leg and bring it forward and back down. And take the back leg forward. And it's not the only way, it's just one way. It's one possibility. Take the leg forward. Release the arm that supported us. And now we did it now with the opposite leg that we did it on the other side. Did you notice? And we'll take the back one leg down and the other leg down, and we'll put the hand down. And we're going to roll to the floor, and we're going to be sitting. Now we're going to do it the way that we did to the other side. We're going to roll the leg and the other leg and the hip, and we're going to put the hand on the chair. And now we're going to take the front leg and bring it forward and release the hand. That's what we did on the other side. And I find it a little harder to take the front leg and release the hand. It's like you have to, the hand that's supporting you, it's like at what time do we release it to put the leg? And then we put the hand on the chair, on the leg, and we get up.
For me.
Okay. And let's go down. Putting the knee, rolling, and coming down to the floor. Lengthen your legs. Lengthen your arms. What kind of relationship do you have with the ground now, with your mat? Is the floor receiving your body in with more ease? And let's go and rehearse one more time. We had our knees bent, we had our arms lengthened. We roll to the side. We place the upper arm in front of our chest in a vertical line between the wrist and the elbow. And as we turn the face down to the floor behind us, we lengthen the legs, and that shifted the weight forward towards the heel and allowed our pelvis to come up into sitting. So just for one more time, bend your knees, roll to a side, place your hand on the floor, and roll your head and lengthen the leg at the same time and come up to a sitting. So you're not using the leg yet enough.
Oh,
Watch for a minute. So from here, the head rolls as my leg lengthens. That what brings me up. That what brings me up. Okay? So let's sit here. Let's sit for a minute. Sit up. Sit up. We're going to roll the leg and shorten it. We're going to lengthen the legs and sit. We're going to bend the knee and shorten, and we're going to lengthen it and we'll sit. So maybe next week we can play with how the movement of the pelvis with the leg out of it, because it's a whole thing that is missing today yet. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.